to our uh, first episode of our crash course for PHP. So last time we discussed all about JavaScript as a client-side scripting or programming language. So most likely yung JavaScript na discuss natin last time takes effect with the interactivity ng ating mga websites. But this discussion we will move it to more dynamic side, which will be the server or mga karutan na tinatawag na tampering the server and databases which we save data permanently. So instead na we use JavaScript, we use PHP, specifically the software called XAMPP. So in order for you to start the activity or the instruction, you are required to download this application. So after you install, try to run it as administrator. And yes, after that, initially naka-uncheck to or naka-X to. Para, pag run yun ng computer or pag start yun ng computer, you don't have to manually turn this on and off. So, ang gagawin nyo lang is i-click them both, then click both as start. Okay? So, ganun lang yung setup natin with the XAMPP program. XAMPP means Cross Apache MySQL PHP and Perl. Meaning, si Apache, siya yung parang nagmumukhang local server ng ating webpage. So, in order for us to start the CRUD operations, before we create or tamper with the CRUD operations of PHP, we must have a quick uh, trip down with the MySQL. So, i-click yung admin or at nagpo-pop up yung inyong webpage or yung inyong browser. So, sa akin, I'm using Chrome. So, wait nyo lang to mag-load. So, while waiting, you can actually click the other one, si Apache. So, ibig sabihin, pag nakita nyo na itong welcome exam, your application or your installments um, are actually successful. So, Apache, MariaDB, PHP, and so, wait lang natin to. Naglo-load ang ating localhost. Then, after you ma-install, all of your applications or all of your PHP files should be saved inside the htdocs. So, sir, paano namin hahanapin yon? So, navigate kayo dito sa disk PC, local disk C, tapos andito siya sa XAMPP, and htdocs. Htdocs, lagi niyong tatandaan yung folder na yan since dito nakasave lahat ng ating mga projects. So, since for midterm, dito ko na sinesave yung ating mga files for the demonstration ng ating mga codes. Then, you see right there, this is the admin panel ng may PHP admin. And in order for us to create or to store databases with the my PHP admin, we must create a database first. So, ganito lang siya, medyo mabilis lang siya mag-create ng database. Pero, hindi lahat ng pagkakataon is pwede nyong access tong GUI. So, delete ko muna to. Operations or ayan. So, i-block ko siya. So, let's have a very quick discussion about how can we create or how can we store your databases. So this discussion should supposed to happen na FDS. If I'm not mistaken, dapat nasa FDS nito. And pero anyways, let's start over again with the introduction of databases specifically for the PHP admin. So pag-click niyo yung new, lalabas yung databases. Then, what will be the database name? Any names that you want to call your database. So dito, I will name it as ISBA web app, as this is the database for ISBA web app. Then create. Sa isang database kasi, just like your Excel, si database and Excel are both the same. Sa isang table na to, okay, so this entire sheet is what we call a spreadsheet. Tama? Yes. Then, ang counterpart ng database dito sa PHP is the entire gradebook dito naman sa Excel. And different gradebook has different sheets. Different sheets says different datas. Ngayon, dito, meron din tayong different kind of tables. For example, table name, it has student data. And the student data has 4 columns. Yung 4 columns na to, siya yung nagdi-discuss or siya yung nag-explain ng attribute ng isang student. So let's create that. Then, ayan, save na. Then, we have your primary keys. So, kada entry kasi natin ng data sa database, nag increment yung tinatawag natin ng mga IDs. So, let's say we have your student ID here. Okay, student ID. And nung pagka-enroll nyo, di ba, hindi nyo naman pinili yung student ID. So, ang student ID natin could be longer, pero by default, I will say it as 10-digit long. Okay, oops. Don't, wag mo na yan. So, drop ko to. Huwag nyo na muna i-enter. So, tayo ulit ng, ayan. Tayo ulit ng, drop natin to. Ayan, para mabilis. Creation. So, wala ulit. Create tayo ng student. Then, yung 4 columns na yun, discuss all about the attributes of a student. Then, create. Then, student ID. It's a number. And it has a 10 length value. Then, i-check niyo yung AI. Meaning ng AI is auto-increment. So, kada new student data, yung student ID nyo, nag-i-increment siya. From 0, naging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then, syempre, student has its name, plus name, or L name. Then, F. Then, let's say each. So, we have your types here. So, anong type ng data ang student ID? It is an integer. Ang name is not an integer, so we must change that into varchar. The name is not a text, so varchar din yun. Then, ang longest name na alam ko, hindi naman nag-exceed ng 50 characters yan. So, 50 characters. 50 characters at wala naman sigurong maabot ng 1,000 years old. So, ang characters ng age would be 3. Okay? So, the characters that I'm talking is 100. So, this is 3 characters. Okay? So, 4 characters, that would be 1,000. Wala naman siguro nakaabot na age na 1,000. So, let's go back with 3. Student ID, student ID ko kasi is 2018 300 282. So, ilan to? 3, 6, 9, 10. O, so meron akong 10 characters. Then after that, we must click save. Then we actually have your student table. So, sir, paano pag nag-create ka ulit ng isa pang table? That means this student table stores only student data. Paano pag teachers table? So, teacher. Okay? So, si teacher, meron din siyang employee ID. So, instead na student ID, employee ID naman yung sa kanya. Then, number. Meron siyang 10 values then. Then, meron auto-increment din siya. So, ganun din. L, F name. Saka meron din siya age. So varchar 50, 50, and so meaning I have two tables here. Student holds student data, teacher holds teacher data. So that is the two basic common filing ng ating mga data. So sir, paano tayo maglalagay ng data dyan? How can we insert data? So click ito insert, then pwede na kayo maglagay ng value dito. So student data, kahit di nyo lagyan ng value yan, okay lang kasi nag-auto increment naman siya. So let's say my name is here, I'm a student, then my age is 20. Then click nyo yung go. Then click nyo yung browse. So meron tayong student data here. 1 Axel Milet 24. So that is how can we create data using the insert function. Now, how can we create that is the create function na insert is create function. How can we edit? Click natin yung edit doon. Then simply edit the data that we want. Uh, Fredson siya. Fredson na yung last name. Then go. So ayun, edit na yung last name niya. So paano kung gusto ko naman siya i-delete? Then click mo lang yung delete. So that is already the code operation inside your MySQL MySQL dashboard. Pero sinabi ko nga na hindi tayo usually or not all the time will use the GUI ng my PHP admin. What I'm teaching you today would be how can we actually create a database without touching the GUI. So how can we do that? So click muna tayo dito, operations, then routines pala rather. Operations pala. Then hanapin natin yung drop database. Drop database, deleting the entire database including uh, the tables. So drop natin yun. Then we go with the SQL. So we will create a database from scratch. So create, start natin by using the create, then the database name, the app, then semicolon. Create database, then the meron siyang dash. So, madali lang, create database ng web app. Then, click mo yung go. So, yun na siya. Okay? Ngayon, para tayo gagawa naman ng table. Ayan. So, create table. Then, meron tayong open and close parenthesis here. We should define first the column name. So, let's say student ID. Then, so check natin here. Ano yung data dito? Asan kasi yung data dito? I created a cheat sheet here kanina. So, ito. Yeah. So, how to create a table using this type of, or this is the syntax on how can you create a table. So, like tayo doon, create table that the table name. So, student, student, then column. So, for example, ID, student ID. Data type will be varchar. I know, it's integer. Then sa loob niya, open and close parenthesis, ilan yung length niya. So kanina that's 10. Okay. Then the F name or L name, then it is varchar. Varchar. Then the length will be 50 siguro. Then copy ko lang to for the F name. Then last will be the age. So age is and then it is an integer. Then yung length niya will be 3. So makita niyo meron tayong error dito since the division of the column should have start here, then the delimiter, comma, then the delimiter, comma, delimiter, comma, then pag last na, you don't have to add the delimiter, commas. So tanggal niyo yun para mawala yung error doon sa side. Then click go. So that is how you create your table, right? Now, punta tayo sa mag-create ng database, mag-create ng date table. So, mag-create tayo ulit ng isa pa. I-preview natin yung SQL nito. Yan. Now, how can we create or how can we destroy a table? So, let's try to create a table na lang dito para mabilis. So, yan. Medyo dayain ko na lang. Just the fact na mapakita ko sa inyo how to destroy a table. So, save natin yan. So how can we destroy this as does the visa table? Click niyo SQL. By manually, by using this command, drop table, then the table name, then go. So magtatanong siya kasi nga PHP destruction of data within PHP, magkatanong siya ng mismong mga confirmation. So this is a what? This is kind of a confirmation or confirm prompt. Okay? So, na-destroy na yung ating data. So, how can we actually, let's start by reading first. So, C data or by C database, in order for it as or in order for it to display data, it actually use select functions. So, select, select ko daw lahat ng nasa student data, select all from student data. So, kunin ko daw lahat ng nasa student data. So, go ko to. So, technically, wala siyang binalik since wala pa namang naman si student data. That is how can we actually read. So, wala pa naman tayong nare-read. So, let's skip the read function and we'll go to the insert function. So, SQL, then instead na select, we actually use the term insert. Insert, so dito tayo. Insert into table name which is student data, then column names to. So since di natin makita, expound natin to. Ayan. So makita natin yung mga columns here. So meron siyang student ID, then L name, then F name, then age, age here. Then insert into table name. This is the table columns, values, value 1, value 2, value 3, value 4. Now, kung paano 'to naka-arrange, dapat gano'n din yung value na naka-arrange. So, kung student ID should be student ID here. So, balik ko 'to dito, and tama dapat yung ini-insert nyong type ng data type. So, kung student ID 'to, hindi dapat kayo maglalagay ng double quotes string since made-detect niya yun as string at it will actually give you an error. So, for example, gawin nga natin ito. So, go. Oh, nag-insert siya. So, let's check nga kung tama yung insert. So, oo nga pala, auto-increment pa kasi to. Auto-increment si student ID. So, browse natin siya. Student ID is 3. Pero, actually, pwede nawala yon. So, balik tayo dun sa SQL. So, please call it here. Oops. Insert into columns. See, then values. Ganun din. Kung ano yung value niya. Actually, pwedeng blanco to. Blank yan. Then, LD will be, let's say, left. Then, let's see, the age is R24. Okay? So, it should start or it should enter kasi nga auto-increment is okay lang kahit walang data si primary key or the auto-increment. So, click ko yung go. Oops, meron na tayong issue. Ayun, incorrect integer value for column of student ID. Ayun, no? So, na-detect niya na it's A. Sa kanina, okay lang yung kasi number pa din yung in-input natin. So, since it is auto-increment, kahit wala na yan, kahit wala ng data yan. Okay, try nga natin. Okay, so meron pa din siyang error. So, tanggalin natin na huwag natin siyang lagyan. So, meron pa din. So, what if lagyan natin siya ng, let's say, 1. So, ayun, tinanggap niya na. Kasi, yung 1 is a number. So, browse natin. Ayun. So, we actually have data here. So, paano natin siya ipiprint or paano natin siya kukunin? Paano natin siya i-review? So, structure, SQL. So, sabi niya, i-display mo lahat o select all from student data. Ano naman to eh. Okay. Select all from student data. Then go. So, pinakita niya lahat yung results sa akin. Alright? So, medyo konti ito at gusto ko dapat siya na damihan. Okay? So, hingi tayo ng tulong sa AI to have more data. So, gawin natin yung template, insert into student data, then the column names, ID, then name, then age, then values. Kaya dito number 2. So, pag ginawa nyo ulit 1 to, magkakaroon kayo ng conflict. So, try nga natin yun. Ricardo. Let's say 25. So, cut ko muna to. Then, gawin ko tong 1. So, tignan nyo, yung conflict niya. So, existing na kasi yung student number, student data, student ID na 1. So, sabi ni MySQL, hindi kami tatanggap ng duplicate entries. Okay, let's see. Bakit ito tinanggap? Ewan na ba tayo? Hindi kasi siya unique. Okay. Eto, hindi siya unique. Kaya nag-a-accept siya ng duplicates. Kasi dito yung parang ang ID kasi, specifically student ID, it should not be duplicated. So baka may hindi lang tayo dito na click. Ato attributes. Well, dapat dito na it should be unique. Or, sige, try natin siya. Anyway, sige. Move tayo ulit. So, i-demo natin on how can we actually create or how can we read data ng madami. So, hingi tayo ng tulong sa DeepSeek here. Ito yung ginagamit ko na just to provide model or just to provide hingi siya ng login dyan sa ChatGPT na lang. So, for the dami data, hingi tayo ng tulong kay AI for this. So, ito yung ating SQL query. Let's say, uh, 300 student data. Ah, hindi. Ayoko ito. Sabihin mo lang dito na. Then, values class. Ayan. So, ganito ta. So, gusto mo mag-insert ng madaming data. So, ganito siya kahirap. So, manually mo siya. So, humingi tayo ng tulong dito just to have, just to have that sorted. So, sige, okay na tayo siguro sa 60. Copy na natin to. Then, let's try to insert them over. So, madami. Tanggalin ko to. Ayan. So, pwede naman na nandito yung values. Pwede rin naman siya na nandyan. Okay lang, as long as kompleto yung inyong query. So, tanggalin ko to. Walang pa ako ng isa pa. Closing for the values. So, let's try to run. So, na-insert na yung 60 rows. Check natin kung na-insert nga siya. Ayun. So, may mga na-insert na data. Nina, Noah, ayan. So, let's try to retrieve naman the data. So, select kung all, lalabas all. Kung gusto ko age lang, so age lang yung yan. Select age from student data, then go. So, ang lalabas lang is yung column ng mga age. Alright? So, bata doon sa query box, select fname from student data. So, lalabas lang dyan will be fname. So, yun ang purpose nung all. Meaning kasi ng star or ng found is select all from student data. Then, go. So, lumabas lahat. Alright? So, paano kung, sir, gusto kong lumabas lang si F name tsaka si L name. Select fname, comma, lname from student data. Then go. Ayun. So lumabas lang yung fname and lname. So select means retrieving. This is actually your hashtag pala yung comment. This is the read. This is the read. Yung insert kanina is what we call the create. Insert into table name, tapos columns, then value, then the data. So this is what you call your part now. This is what you call the part now create. So okay na tayo sa read and create. So si read, madami pa siyang functions, hindi lang ganito. Actually, meron tayong tinatawag na and tsaka or. Or meron tayong tinatawag na where. Okay? So, instead na isipin nyo na lang si read or si select function or si select or this read can filter not only the columns but the data sa loob ng mga columns na yun. So, let's duplicate this side by side. Yan. Para makita natin yung laman or structure ng data dito sa kabila or browse natin. So, what if gusto ko lang i-print lahat ng may age na 20. So, how can we or how can I do that? So, gusto kong ilabas lahat ng table. So, that means select all. So, lahat ng columns is lalabas ngayon from student data. But we can actually delimit it using the where clause. Where, okay, ano yung tinatarget natin na column? Age. Where age is greater than or is equals to, let's say, or equals to, say, 20. So, technically, gusto ko lang i-retrieve lahat ng student na may age na 20. So, how can I do that? Age is equals to 20. Then, go. So, lahat lang ng 20 na may age yung lumalabas. Okay? Paano kung um, gusto ko yung mga greater than 18? Then, click ko yung no. Less than pala yun, sorry. Yeah, greater than 18. So, lumabas yata sila lahat except yung 3 years old. Kasi, yun lang yung less than 18. Okay? So, paano kung gusto ko pa siyang i-enhance? So, the where clause means ito yung condition part. So, this is the condition part. Or ito yung gusto mong gawin, or ito yung gusto mong condition niya. So, select all from, ito yung how it is presented. Presented. Okay? So, select lahat, o kunin ko lahat from student data. So, kung sinabi mo lang fname, si fname column, or lahat lang ng fname, so, ibig sabihin fname column lang yung babalik. So, pag lahat ng columns yung babalik. Ito yung tinatawag mo na condition, where age is greater than 18, or where name, or like for example, lname is equals to, tayo doon na may lname, na may same sila na l. Walang the same. Okay, kahit isa na lang. Where L name is equals to Ramos, Rivera. Rivera. So, just to, so, Rivera lang yung lumalabas. Okay? What if age pa din greater than 21? Greater than or equals to 20. So, yun yung uh, naka-arrange. Ngayon, paano kung gusto ko naman siyang naka-sort? Ito kasi, this will be the condition na lahat ng age 21 is mag-print. And lahat ng table or lahat ng data is mape-present. So, meron tayong tinatawag na another clause which is order by. Order by means how it is sorted. So, kung order by age send ASC, meaning naka-order siya by age ng naka-ascending format. So, this is condition, more condition, the sort condition. Sort condition. Okay? So, ano din to? Ayan. So, nakasort siya by ascending order. So, bakit may number 3 doon? Check natin yung query. O, less than pala to. O, so, gawin ko itong greater than. So, nakasort siya by age ng naka-ascending. So, ASC yun. Paano pag descending? DSC naman siya pag descending. Or DCS. Or hindi siya nag-ano. DSC. Ba't hindi siya nag-descend? O, desk. Yan para desk. Descending. Ayan. Sorry. Then, go. So, from greater to bigger. So, paano kung ayaw ko naman siya nakasort by age? Gusto ko nakasort siya by ethnic at naka-ascending. So, ibig sabihin, mauuna yung A papunta kay Z. So, check na natin. Go. So, ayun na, Adrian, Alex, Axel, Aya, hanggang kay Ken. So, naka-sort siya by ethnic. So, what will happen if I do this? Student ID ascending. So, dito siya magbabase sa student ID. So, go natin. Also, naka-sort siya by your student. That is how can we create or so that is how can we do the multiple filtration method ng tinatawag natin na read. It is actually meron siyang many parts. How it is presented, what is the condition, and how is the sort condition. Okay? So, check na natin dito. Baka meron pa tayo nakaligtaan. Meron pa tayo yung or. I think may or pa tayo dito. Yung and tsaka or. So, let's say, magko-compound tayo dito sa condition. So, you know naman na this should be true when it comes to end. For example, end, uh, F name starts with Rivera or Anna. So, this condition throws two compound statements. This part will be true and this part should be true as well. So, tignan natin kung meron ba nga bang merong may age na greater than 21, tsaka first name niya will be Anna. So, refresh ko to. So, this is the unfiltered version. Although, true itong nasa kabila, the other one returns as false. Meron pa tayong student na may word na Ana. So, Ana na may, ayun, sige. Ana na may double N yung akin. Pero Ana na yung nandito. So, let's see kung meron siyang ibabalik na output. So, dito pa din ito. Oops. Yan. Yan, go. So, successful siya although wala siyang binalik na. Wala siyang binalik na student or wala siyang binalik na data. It means na yung query is not wrong pero wala lang talaga siyang nahanap na nag-satisfy no kanyang two conditions. Okay? So, what if we correct this? Hanapin niya yung may age na 21 at meron din siyang name na Anne. So, wala pa din. Let's see kung ilan yung age ni Anna. 19. So, hindi naman niya na-satisfy yung sa kabila. Hindi naman niya na-satisfy yung age. So, let's actually do this. Less than 21. So, dyan meron na. Kasi nga, yung dito ni Anna, 19. Tapos yung name niya would be Anna. Then, ayun. So in order for the query or the database to find this using the end or to satisfy this condition, those two two compounds statements should be true. Paano pag ginawa ko to? Or, okay? So, may lalabas dyan. Sa either of the two should be true. For example, ito, with is equals to 100. Wala naman tayong student na may 100 na age. Pero, meron tayong student na may F name na Ana. So, pag ginawa ko to, lalabas pa rin si Ana. Although yung age niya is hindi 100. Kasi we use the or. So, even if nag-false to, or wala siyang nahanap na age is equals to 100, may nahanap naman siyang Ana. Okay? So, paano pag hindi niya nahanap si Fifi? So, age is equals to 100 or F name is Fifi. So, wala naman siguro tayong student na may 100 dito at wala din tayong student na may pangalang Fifi. So, walang lalabas na student data. So, that's it for our reading or that is for our read. Meron tayong three major parts. We have your condition and slash or. Then, order by kung paano siya naka-sort by condition. So, tatlo yung parts ng ating read condition. Sa insert, yun lang. Insert, then into the table name, followed by its table column, followed by the value reserved word data for each column. So, ito yung ating part naman ng create. So, the two left na lang will be the update and the delete. So, ito, lagyan ko siya ng star here. This will be the read part. This will be the creating part. Then, we will do the delete part. Delete part is almost the same with read. Pero, ang kailangan lang niya si read will be the where clause. So, pag sinabi mong delete from, then the table name, let's say student data, where student ID is equals to 1. Tanggalin ko muna 'to. So, delete. Ayan. Delete from student data where student ID is equals to 1. So, ilan yung student natin na may student ID? Tatlo. Ma. So, pag wala ito, hindi ko, mamaya ko i-demo pag wala. Pag wala kasi siyang tinatawag na where clause, mali-delete siya. Okay? So, delete from student data where student ID is equals to 1. Pwede ring or. Ayun, meron siyang or statement doon. Or fname is equals to Liam. 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 So, pwede yung condition natin dito is complex. We use the and tsaka or. Pag inan ko to, hahanapin daw niya yung student na may student ID na 1 at pangalan niya Liam. So, pag inan ko to, for example, I did this, I did go, wala siyang dinilit. Kasi wala nga siyang nahanap na merong student ID na 1 at the same time pangalan niya is Liam. Hindi naman siya nag-match doon. So, wala siyang dinelete. So, let's delete that first. And then, go. So, meron daw siyang tatlong na-delete. So, once I refresh this table, dapat wala na si Milet, Ricardo, and Garcia. Wala na sila. They are both deleted. So, na-delete na yung mga data na yan. Okay. So, how about i-delete ko yung may mga age na, let's see, may mga pangalan na ay age na 22. Age is equals to, gusto, yan. Gusto ko muna tignan kung sino yung may mga age na 22 dito sa kanila. So, select all from student data where age is equals to order by. FHC. Ay, F name. SND. So, ito yung mga 22. Pag in-execute ko to, lahat ng merong age sa 22 will be deleted. So, 12 rows are deleted. Pag refresh ko to, dapat wala na siyang data. Wala na. So, wala na. Let's see the browse function. Meron ba tayong ano dito, 22? Wala na. They are both. So, that is for our delete function. Dapat meron siyang tinatawag na condition where age is equals to 22. Let's do naman the, ayan, save ko na din siya dito. Although meron naman na siya dito. Ay, send ko na lang ito. Send ko na lang ito. How about we update a certain kind of data? For example, ito, nagkamali ako dito kanina. Gusto kong baguhin to. It should not be 3, 3, tsaka. So, let's have the update. So, update from, okay, student data. Then, what will be the column? Update from student data. Dito siya. Update. Ayan, update pala siya. Update student data. Set column. Ano yung target kong column? Set L name. in Excel. So kung gusto mo pang baguhin yung isa, yan, para okay lang kahit ganito, basta tama yung query niyo. Then, yan. Set, ito yung i-update mong data. Ngayon, ano yung tina-target niya na old data? Okay? For example, dito, ano yung magiging marker ko dito para ma-update tong mga data ko na to? My marker should be a primary key, the number 3. So, yun ang kahalagahan ng primary key na sinasabi ko kanina, na this should be unique. Sir, paano pag may dalawang 3? So, ang update niya, dalawa silang ma-update. Dapat yung primary key should be unique at the same time auto-generated siya. So, where student ID is equals to, ano yung student ID ko doon? 3. So, siya lang yung tinatarget ko. Okay? So, update table name, set column name to the data, column name data, column name data. Ito yung condition, where student ID is equals to 3. Okay? So, if, then click mo yung go. So, merong one row affected. So, pag nirefresh ko to, at malaman ko na na-update siya, then, there you go. Na-update na yung ating MySQL query. Or na-update nga yung ating data for that. So, goods tayo doon. Ang problema nga lang dito, pag hindi clear yung target natin where student ID is equals to, for example, sinabi mo, nilagyan mo dito ng or. For example, or F name is equals to Sophia. Let's say I want to update 14. Ito yung i-inject natin na data dito sa specified na place na to. So, pag nahanap nyo yung 14, kasi nga or to, or let's say and then, and hanapin nyo yung student ID na 14, which is this. So, ma-update si Fernandez Noah ng 23. 20, age na 23. Saka si F name na may Sophia. F name na may Sophia. Where is Sophia? Ayun, Sophia. So, when I actually do this, zero effective, ah, ah, kasi nga naka-end pala yun. Wala naman tayong data entry na Sophia at the same time student ID niya is 14. Kasi si Sophia dito is 9. So let's try to order this. So target niya yung may student ID 14 tsaka may F name na Sophia. So 2 rows are affected. So pag nirefresh ko to, yung merong 14, which is this, tsaka yung merong F name na Sophia, which is this, are affected. So see, nawala na si Sophia at nawala na rin yung ID. So, the where clause sa lahat ng part is very important. So, as long as clear dapat yung where clause mo, hindi ka magkakaroon ng problema. Okay? So, let's try to delete the student data. Wala kang where clause. complete from student. Wala kang work loss at nawala na lahat yung data mo. So, again, work loss is a very important in all aspects of deleting and updating. So, sa reading, maganda, okay lang naman kahit hindi gaanong specified yung work loss mo sa reading. Si inserting, wala naman siyang work loss. So, careful tayo sa paggamit ng work loss. So I think that's it for our ito lang naman yung kailangan yung malaman when it comes to the four major parts of crude. This four or this five is for reading. So, and this is for reading. This is for creating. This is for updating. Then this is for deleting. So, sige, itutuloy ko na. How can we actually, hindi, sige. On the next episode, we will try to continue on creating or we will create a database at i-connect natin siya sa PHP. So, PHP file connects or let's say the front end or connects with the back end, which is the PHP. Then PHP connects with Apache. Then Apache connects with the DBMS, specifically kay MySQL. Okay? So this is like the flow front end. This is the inputs from the user. Back end processes it, process and checks it. Then dadaan sa Apache. Kung meron siyang save sa database siya. So ito yung gagawin natin next discussion or next episode ng ating crash course for your uh, we call this discussion for PHP. So, na-discuss ko na yung may SQL version ng mga ito. Paano naman natin siya gagamitin sa front page? So, with that, I'll see you in episode number 2. Bye!